everyone, and welcome to another episode of Randy Prizzle's Link and Ting with me, Randy Prizzle. How you guys all doing out there? You know what we usually do on Randy Prizzle's Link and Ting. I basically check the profiles of the dating apps and basically decide if that girl is right for me. If she's not, she gets a no, or she gets a deletion, an ultimate delete, and that's how it's going to go down. If you're feeling any of these episodes, you know what to do below. Like, share, comment, subscribe, tell your mates all about this, or how much of a lunatic Randy Prizzle really is. Alright, let's get straight into it now. Amelia. Never have I ever eaten a pot noodle, she says. But I usually eat pot noodles. I don't mind them, do you know what I mean? They're very convenient. Sometimes when you don't want to cook anything, you just go to the local shops, pick up a pot noodles, and then dig in. Takes about 4 minutes, not that long. So usually when you buy instant noodles, like pot noodles, 4 minutes isn't, going to take up a lot of your time. Just have that for dinner, and you're pretty much sorted in a way. So that's usually what I like to do sometimes when cooking is a bit too much for me. Pot noodles, right way to go. Enjoy some pot noodles, great for you. I would say, very convenient if you obviously don't want to cook anything. So, next thing she's saying, she's 32, she's 5'11", she's an account manager. She says, 2 truths and a lie. I once wore a 3-seater pistachio green sofa in a raffle. Oh, sorry, she once won a 3-seater pistachio green sofa in a raffle. She learned to ride a bike when she was 26. She was a judge at the World's Cheese Awards. I'm probably going to guess the bike thing. I think, some people takes them a while to learn how to ride a bike. My sister's one exception. I tried to teach her a few times, but she kept falling off and stuff, so it didn't really work out there. But we're going to get back on that very soon. I've told her probably next year we'll probably try and jump back on that, and then she'll get into probably learn how to ride a bike a lot better. So hopefully there'll be progress there. But let's get more onto what she's saying. She says, all she asks of you, know the difference between should have and should of. Well, yeah, some people don't know the difference between I should have and I should have. Like, you should have is basically, you should have done it, and you should have put it together. There's kind of different ways of it, but some people still use it the same way. But, I'm not really fussed. I mean, for her, she's probably a bit picky with that one there. It should have and should have. What does it really matter, to be honest? But, you know what I mean? Some people are like that. But anyways, let's move on to more what she's saying. She's not saying too much more. That's all of it. Apart from that, she's a bit too tall for me. She just doesn't really have that je ne sais quoi for me. So it's going to be a no for me. Lisa. She says, rank these 3 shows. Breaking Bad, Grand Design, and The Circle. If I had to put one on top, Breaking Bad first, The Circle second, and then Grand Design's last. I do like Breaking Bad, a very cult classic, one of them classic TV shows. People haven't watched Breaking Bad, I suggest you do. You're missing out on a lot there. If you're a fan of drugs, I'm not saying, you're a fan of it, but if you're a fan of watching drugs, like Narcos and stuff like that, and all of this transportation business, then that's the one for you. Grand Design obviously is about house interior design and stuff like that, so for people who don't know, they usually show that in the morning times, I think. Not the morning, early afternoons, I think they usually show Grand Designs. And the Circle is like a social media program, so it was basically a lot of people in the house, but they had to interact through social media. They didn't get to see each other, but they had to interact and get to know people through that, and they had to kind of pick out who they just generally feel did not fit into the circle, and then they eliminated them. That's how the show went. Anyways, that's enough detail from that. She's 26, she's 5'11", she's a planning enforcement officer. Fantastic there. She says a life goal of hers to build her own home. I think that's nice to have a goal of that, to build your own home. You know what I mean? I obviously would like to be in my own home, but fortunately I'm stuck with these lot, but it is what it is. Next she's saying the highlight of her day is usually getting into bath, then bed. So getting to bath is a highlight of our day. I mean, it's good to have a soak. Me, obviously, came back today after playing some ball, and I obviously went straight to the bath. Usually I'll probably try and get some nap and then go into the bath, you know, but today I just got straight in the bath, came home, did a bit of a hoovering, you know, because I hadn't hoovered in a while, and I said just jumped straight to the bath, and that's what happened. So yeah, but apart from all that, Lisa doesn't really have that je ne sais quoi for me, and there's lots of pictures of her in the group. I don't really know which one she is, so unfortunately for her it's going to be a no for me. We'll come to Catherine. Catherine says she gets along best with people who don't take themselves too seriously. If you can't laugh at yourself, when can you laugh? And it's true sometimes, you know, you need to have a bit of a laughter, a bit of a joke, a bit of time to yourself. You know what I mean? Chill, relax, chill with the still, as the old Lilt advert used to say. People do remember that back in the days. Chill with the still, Lilt, yeah, you know, that's bad accent or whatever. You know what I mean? I do like to laugh at myself at times, you know, I have a bit of time where I don't crack jokes to myself. I think that's just being a lunatic. So, but I do have some times where I see the funny side of certain things I tend to do at times, because, you know, that's just me in general. But let's move on to more what she's saying. She's 28, she's 5'6", she's an assistant manager. She says her last meal would probably be a steak and chips followed by something chocolatey. I think I've come across this girl before. Like, I don't know. I don't think I have. But anyways, let's continue. Steak and chips, something chocolatey. That's cool. I wouldn't mind having steak and chips. I mean, that's fine. But like, for me, it's got to be something to do with chicken. I think I probably mentioned this before. But chicken, above all, trumps all of that. So for me, chicken personally. Chocolate, that's cool. As I said, for me, probably would be a layer cake. I do love layer cakes. But I could sell for an angel cake as well, or what's the other one? A gatto. Not really gatto. No. It's like a double chocolate cake. Like you got, and then in the middle is like the chocolate cream, and then you got the top part with like a mirror glaze or something like that. Yeah, that's the shit right there. Sorry, well, that is the shit. So, you know, and that's what I'd be feeling. So, anyways, let's get on to more what she's saying. 2 truths and a lie. I've been diving with bull sharks. I prefer catch the dogs. I enjoy red wine and lemonade mix. I think catch the dogs. I'm just going to go over that one. Right, above all, I'm not really feeling Catherine. She doesn't really have that je ne sais quoi for me. It's going to be a no for me. Come to Maeve. I think I've come across this girl before. I remember the name Maeve. I don't know if it's the same Maeve. Just trying to see if she's the same one. She's very pretty though. So that's quite a good sign. I'm not really sure. But you know what? To be on the safe side, I may have come across that before. And then I probably might message her. She'll probably message me. So it's going to be enough for me. Come to Gemma. Gemma says the fact about her that surprises people, she was an ice skating British champion. Wow. Congratulations to you, Gemma. I mean, we'd never have known that, you know what I mean? We've got an ice skating champion on the dating profiles, which is good air. It's fantastic to hear that. Gemma is the stunner as well, she's a pretty girl. What's she saying? She's 30, she's 5'0", she's a spa manager. It's cool, man. Very cool. Typical Sunday, she says, a nice walk in the country, finished with a glass of red and a Sunday roast. No. I really like walking in the countryside, you know, a lot of them flies and bees and all that. I'm not feeling that, do you know what I mean? And hiking along some long countryside roads, that's not for me. Do you know, if it were bike riding, fair enough, that's a bit different there, do you know what I mean? We'll probably be back in like 20, 30 minutes or something. Not saying it's going to take an hour or 2 hours, no, forget that, it's long. But with red wine and that, not really feeling red wine. As I said, first something a bit sweet. If it's a sweet red wine, which I've never really seen a sweet red wine before, maybe there is one out there that exists. People could put in the comments if you want to let me know. But I generally like something that's sweet. I mean, sweet wine or cider for me. That's the way it goes for me. Simple as. Sunday roast, can love a Sunday roast. Sunday roast, fantastic. Especially if someone cooks it right. You need to wash chicken properly. A lot of people don't wash their chicken properly. If you don't wash the chicken properly, I'm not eating your damn Sunday roast, because that chicken needs to be washed properly. People always like, oh, you need to wash your chicken because you can catch all these diseases. No. You're the ones that are going to catch something if you don't wash your chicken properly. So if it dropped on the floor when they probably took it from the factory and they put it in the packaging, you're going to get hair in your food. And you're going to get hair and all this mucky stuff on your chicken, even when you fried it in the pan or in the whatever basing or whatever you fried it in, or put it under the oven. It's going to be wrong, and you should wash your chicken before you always put it, and season it as well. You know what I mean? Season it. Some people don't season their chicken. You know what I mean? They just get this dry chicken, put it in a pan, and then it's all good. No, it's not good. Yeah? Season your damn chicken. Yeah? Just out to you people who don't season your chicken. Yeah? Go and buy the seasoning from your local shops. They will sell seasoning there. Yeah? Not just some salt and pepper thing. I'm talking about your jerk seasoning. All-purpose seasoning. I'm talking about your mixed herbs. I'm talking about your black pepper. I'm talking about what else? There's a lot more on that list that I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, you guys need to go and check that out. Go and make sure you get yourself some proper seasoning to season that damn chicken. A lot of people don't know how to season their chicken. Yeah, and wash it properly. That's the advice I have for some of you people out there. Go and do that, yeah? Don't start with all this, it still doesn't make a difference. It does make a difference, yeah? So I'm not going to come to your house and eat your food or your chicken that you dropped on the floor. No, forget that. No, 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 no. Anyways, let me stop my rant. That was just a bit of a rant, but let's move on. Never have I ever watched Game of Thrones. What are you waiting for? You know what I mean? Game of Thrones is one of the best programs you could say of 2019. You know what I mean? That was one of the best programs. And a lot of people might say, oh yeah, you know, the ending was a bit off, but it doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? The whole series as a whole was fantastic, yeah? You had Daenerys Targaryen and all that went on and everything like that, and it was fantastic to see all dragons and all that crap. Do you know what I mean? Because people need to know how good that program is, and if you obviously haven't gone and seen the program, you would not know. So you need to go and, you know, a lot of people said, oh, at the start it's boring. Like, get over it. Do you know what I mean? Get over the 3-4 episodes that it's boring and watch it through. You will end up loving that. You will end up deeply balls deep in that, and you end up feeling it for true. Do you know what I mean? Wanting to rub yourself up to it. It's a fantastic program. But anyways, above all, you know, I could probably teach her about Game of Thrones. You know, I'm not sure if she's probably one of those girls who doesn't season her chicken. That's probably something that's a bit deep to me. It's a bit personal. Do you know what I mean? I need to know that. But I could find that out if I ask her. And if she doesn't, then it probably will be the end of the day. I wouldn't want to know anything more to do with that. Well, I'll teach her the ways. Teach her the ways, young Padawan. That's what I do. But anyways, I'm going to give her a yes. You know what I mean? For now. That might not be his second date, but we'll find out. If she responds and then everything's cool, we'll see. But we'll come to the next one, which is Shanna K. Shanna K says, a life goal of mine to always be the best version of herself. Word. I think that's what you always have to be, try to be the best version of yourself. If you're not trying to be, then you're not going to be. And that's just how it is. To be or not to be, that is the question. But anyways, she's 22, she's 5'2", she's self-employed. Fantastic there. She says, all I ask is that you allow people to know the real you. Well, I can't allow you yet. Like, listen, all these people coming on with this real you. Yes, I get that. Down the line, when we obviously pass the dating stage and all that, I could show you bits of me. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to put my personality out there for you to try and stomp all over man, treat man like man some afterburner or something. That's not going to happen. Do you know what I mean? What I want is just someone to respect the fact that, listen, when me and you are vibing, we're vibing. It's cool. Yeah, don't try and ruin it with, oh, I want you to try and be more closer to me. So I can do that. Just wait, you know, and then when the time comes, I just wanna be close to you. Do all the things you want me to. I just wanna be close to you and show you the way I feel. Anyways, stop that. I feel love and the timing on a day it feels. I don't know the words to the next part, but big tune, that one, big tune. If you don't know that tune, don't watch it. It's what it is. But anyways, next thing she's saying, highlight of her day usually getting home from a long ass day and doing absolutely nothing. It's fantastic. Yeah, especially when there's a long ass working day and it takes so long and then you can't do anything, and then, you know, the vibe is off, work is long, you know what I mean, people are in your air, and then there's just a whole heap of madness, especially if like the people you're working with are such twats, do you know what I mean, and then you come home, you have to unwind, put your feet up, probably even relax in the bath. One of them things are really cool. That's a good highlight to have, so I'm not going to hate on that, that's cool. But apart from all that, sorry Shana K, I'm not really feeling her, so it's going to be a no for me. Come to one more. I've seen this girl before, this is the cat girl. Piss off. Next person. Holly, my love language is words of affirmation and quality time. Yeah, that's cool, that's fine there. Agree with that. I think I've come across that before, I have. Repeated girls, man, seriously. What's with this site? Repeated girls. But, you know, it's like they just run out of girls to just show you, like, so, well, that's all we have, so we can't show you anymore. Like, show me more girls, man. There's more girls on this thing, or women, I should say, not girls, because, you know, that's a bad term to use. So you get, some are still girls, and some are obviously grown up women. But anyways, let's come on to this one. This Ellen. Sorry, I mean this one, but this lady, Ellen. If loving this is wrong, I don't want to be right, she says. The film Jupiter Ascending, I have such a weakness for campy films and space operas. I mean, listen, I like visually stunning films, but I don't like films when they're absolutely horrible. Do you know what I mean? When they're horrible, plot's wrong, and then everything is just mixed up and it doesn't make sense. Do you know what I mean? No, it's literally down the drain for me. But let's move on to more what she's saying. She's 28, she's 5'1", and that's what it says there she is. She's looking for someone honest and forthright. I mean, I could be honest, I guess, if you want me to really be honest. And forthright, fourth. Anyways, fourth, be with you. Anyways, that's me just being silly. But I'll pick the topic if you start the conversation. If you could crew a spaceship, which one would you choose and why? I mean, there's quite a few out there, isn't there? I think the Star Trek one would be quite interesting. So I'm just going to go with them. You know what I mean? Let's just stick with the Star Trek one. Alright, well, above all, she doesn't really have that je ne sais quoi for me, so it's going to be a no for me. And, well, that's all for this episode of Link and Ting. And if obviously you're feeling this episode, you know what to do below. All of that, no need to really spell it out to you because I did before the earlier then. You know, if you haven't caught on, then you don't need to catch on. It is what it is there. And if you've missed past episodes of Randy Prizzle's Link and Ting, go to the page Randy Prizzle and check them out, you know what I mean? And obviously if you like them, put a like on them, share to your friends, tell them all about Randy Prizzle and how much of a lunatic the man is. Cool. Appreciate your time, guys. Thank you again. So you know what we usually do when we finish here? Link out! Link out! Oh, link out!